New toy. Came in this sweet hard case. All my DeWalt stuff only comes in soft case. Not even case, just a bag. I feel like most people just repurpose the bag or just throw them away. But anyway, Makita. First Makita tool, actually. Let me make sure. Hopefully I'm roughly in a good enough frame. Yeah. First Makita tool. I've always loved the teal. The darkish teal. The Japanese tools drill specifically. I recently discovered that they're called all kinds of different colors. With the made in Japan drills specifically, I don't know about other tools they make, but I was looking at. I forget what I was looking at, but I was looking at. It was on eBay, I guess, and came across like this darker yellow with black rubber, made in Japan Makita drill. It was like, I don't know how much it was, $300 something. And yeah, anyway, come to find out they had all kinds of different colors. But what we get here at your big box store or whatever, I think this was gifted to me. I think it was purchased off Amazon. So orbital sander. I have used it briefly once already, but brand loyalty. I mean, with my work and my job, I use my battery system is DeWalt, like I just showed you. So all my battery powered stuff is DeWalt, but I have no issue with other different brands. As long as they're good stuff. Like here's a Milwaukee tape measure. Milwaukee bits, obviously, just because I feel like in most lines of work, construction wise, if you're having to use bits, like most of us use Milwaukee, like they're, spiral drill bits or whatever. But this is a handle. Okay, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to put that on just yet. Extra real estate to grab onto is what that is. But this model, this is a BO 5040, BO 5040 random orbit sander. Random orbit sander. Anyway, first orbital I've had. Pretty pumped about it, actually. Done a few things recently. I'm like, why do I not have a random orbit sander? And so I have one now. Pretty pumped about it. It's pretty beefy, but it does feel good in the hand. It's not very heavy. I don't think it's that heavy. You got your dust collector here. I feel like those never really worked that well. And here in the shop, I have like my dust collection is literally non-existent. So, but I want to start out with some 80. This feels like 80. We'll use up this sheet. Let's line up these holes. So Velcro, 5-inch sander, Makita. Looks like it has 4 different speeds, 1 through 5. That's 5 different speeds, 1 through 5. It does have a lockable button that releases it. But you hold the trigger all the way in, push the button in, and as you release the trigger, keep that button in, and that way you can a little bit more one-handed. The first time I used it, was kind of left me wanting more of one-handed operation. So say if I'm using it like this, I have the trigger locked in, and I'm using it like this. Like I have to kind of use my other hand to release it and turn it off, basically. With my with this sander, it's just a switch here. So no matter, it's just a little bit easier with the switch up front versus this trigger right there. But that's not a big deal. The short time I did use it, the brief period I did use it. But Velcro discs, these holes line up. Are they supposed to line up? I think so. Probably to help with dust. But yeah, Velcro 5-inch disc sheets. Um, so far, so good. So far, so good. It's got a nice rubber cord. The sander also has a rubber cord. I wish everything had rubber cords. That would make life better. That would make everyone's life better, whether you know it or not. A rubber cord, as opposed to say, your general regular. I don't know what is this. The type of jacket this is, the vinyl maybe, not sure, but the memory stays in these as opposed to this is always so flexible. I feel like there's less memory involvement in the rubber versus. It's not that loud. That's on 5. That's on 4. Like I said, this is a 80 grit. This piece of wood that I'm going to test it on, I'm actually going to use this for something. I got a few more coat racks to make. Doing some random coat racks in random places. For myself, ourselves, also for a couple of friends, I'm going to do some coat racks. Waiting on the hooks, more hooks in the mail. I got a different style hook as opposed to the last one I did with locally bought Ace Hardware hooks. But anyway, this is black walnut. Black? I think it's black walnut. It's definitely walnut. Anyway, I'm not very learned on specific types of wood. I just know it's walnut. Bought locally from a local vendor, pretty cheap. He's got all kinds of different sizes. I think it's a fair price for like some nice hardwood to do little things with. Because generally I'll use either plywood, different levels and niceness of plywood. This sheet is really, I just really don't have anywhere to put it, so it's just sitting on top of my bench. So it's kind of become my bench top. But I was using it for shelving, and I got more shelving to do as well. But anyway, super quick video on one of my latest toys. And it's not that exciting. It's exciting to me because I've never had an orbital sander, just my finishing one. And depending on your project, your 5-inch orbitals get more done than the square finishing style sanders. This isn't necessarily a tutorial or a how-to. It's a little bit of information about it. This is corded, obviously. This general channel isn't going to be. It'll be part educational, mostly entertainment. I'll be random commentary throughout what I'm talking about. So hopefully somebody will appreciate. Before I get too deep in the sanding process, you got strap marks, just dirty. It's roughly 1 inch, but this is a very quick pass. I love the purplish lighting in here isn't great, but I love the purple tones. in this walnut. But it's better. It's better. They cut it. Whoever cuts it. Uh, this one's about an inch thick, and these are about four, just over 4 inches um, deep. Let's see what it is exactly. 5. Yeah, I guess it's about 5. Anyway, let's get some more done here. It's not producing a lot of dust so far, so maybe this is actually capturing something. Not wearing a mask, obviously. Just going to keep rolling with it. So far, it's not producing very much dust, but always wear a mask. I'll put it on. But right now, I just kind of want to talk and speak and just to do a quick use. Yeah, it's gonna be nice when I finally get to like 120 or even 120. I probably won't go back much further past 120 with what this is going to be used for, but love those purplish tones. But yeah, as I was saying a few minutes ago, I think my camera kind of timed out. I'm not gonna. It's gonna be. I'm not gonna do really educational tutorials, how tos. I might be facetious with some of my titles, like how to operate a Makita Orville sander. But it's not going to be an educational. You're not going to come here to you have your YouTube channels that actually they do a deep dive in the product, the tool, whatever it is that they're talking about. I'll do a little bit of that, but mostly just be I kind of just want to interact with people on YouTube. Brand new to this thing, so this is gonna be mostly entertainment, and then we'll learn some things along the way together. Is kind of my thought process with this, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go with a new sheet because I used this previously before I started on this one. Let's see what a fresh sheet does. How quick this gets. This walnut in order. Okay, yeah, I do it. I thought I bought a couple packs. What is this? This 120. You get more at 80. This one, I think I used this one up too. So these holes, we're gonna light them up. There's a little how-to for you. If I was a guessing man, I would say the holes lining up with the sheet and the actual sander would probably help with the dust collection. And so far, again, after my second fast pass, there hasn't been much dust. So maybe this thing actually does work a little bit, but I should still probably be wearing a mask. It's working pretty quick. I like that. Also, these were recently acquired. These little raising blocks. Obviously, their intended uses for something like this. I'm sure they have a bunch of other ones. I haven't even looked on. Haven't watched any videos on them yet. This piece of walnut cost me $4. and it's going to be turned into something. Might have already mentioned what it's going to be turned into, but it's going to be turned into another coat rack. I got a few more that I need to do. Yeah, but these little guys are cool. Keeps it from moving around, me having to hold it. I don't want to clamp anything. I'm having to sand it. So with this application, these are pretty cool. Again, I didn't have the clamp, remove clamp, side, move it to the side so I can get my tube around. Yeah, screw all that. These are pretty nice. Did I do that side? Yeah, but that's coming out nice. I love that purple. Yeah, that's beautiful. Here's the other piece. This one's a little more rough, but with this guy, we'll clean it up. Yeah, it's pretty fast. I feel like it's faster than my finishing. Love the colors on this. This is gonna look cool. But yeah, I have a little nostalgic little love for Makita. My grandfather had mostly Makita stuff growing up in his line of work. Yeah, this thing's so far so great. It's pretty nice. I guess it's hard to mess up an orbital sander these days, but I do like this one so far. It's making pretty quick work. I'll in the editing process of this video, I'm going to speed up some of that sanding. You don't need to. You're not really missing anything on that. But anyway, yeah. Speaking of editing, I'm using CapCut for my editing. I'm trying to do short and well, not really short and sweet, I guess, but like because a lot of this is just going to be, generally speaking, entertainment kind of kind of kind of videos. I want to limit the editing. I use CapCut, the app on the phone, and export it. The few videos that I have done, export it directly from there. I have this huge newfound respect for all the great editing that's done. It's crazy. I've yeah, so it's super user friendly, beginner friendly. I just do the free version for the time being, but I'm trying to limit my editing throughout throughout period. Um, so we'll see how that goes. But some of this I will definitely edit, kind of just to one get better at, and um, two to make this shorter. It wasn't supposed to be as long as I've been standing here talking randomly about the Makita orbital sander, the BO 5040, or is this the BO 5041? Ooh, this is the 5041. Excuse me.